My wife of 20 years has recently been diagnosed with breast cancer. There was a delay in her telling me. She had the results by around 3 weeks, initially claiming she went with a friend and didn't know how to tell me. It transpires she has had an affair for 18 months and took her boyfriend to the appointment. They have been discussing things, and he has ditched her at some point over the last week as he couldn't handle it. She has told me the whole story and tried to apologize, claiming that I am the reason behind what she did since I have been busy with work lately. After posting on another sub, I'm aware of how many men leave after a cancer diagnosis, and I love her. She needs all the support to fight this, and I don't want to be the second man to turn his back on her in 2 weeks. She gets anxious and stressed in the middle of the night and often just needs a hug to reassure her. I'm worried she will spiral and deteriorate if I'm not there. So we spent most of last night talking, and I wanted to explore a lot about the cheating, probably out of dumb curiosity. Apparently it was nothing to do with me, a dumb mistake, clearly a very long mistake, and she was sorry, etc. She cheated with so many men other than her boyfriend, partying late at night saying that she was at her parents', planning travels and trips with her boyfriend behind my back while I was busting my ass trying to provide what she needed. We wanted kids, and when I initially found out about the cancer, I had said about fertility and egg storage. Please note, I'm not especially interested anymore. It transpired she had been seeing fertility prior to the diagnosis with him, and they had had 3 miscarriages despite actively trying. I'm heartbroken by this, as I always wanted kids. She always told me that we can't afford bringing kids to life since we barely even managed to take care of ourselves. I stopped the conversation and went to think. I have to admit, I went through her phone as she slept last night. I saw everything, all the plans they had when they planned to leave, and so on. I also found her Tinder. In the last week up to yesterday, she was messaging guys and flirting, describing herself as a single mom who has been left by her man for many reasons that she said depending on who she was talking to. Turns out she wanted pretty much anyone but me. Not even Plan B, more like Plan Z. I've left. I've walked out the house and going to a lawyer on Monday. The house is mine. She has her parents to go to, so she will need to get out. My charity has ended, and maybe in a few months I can be a friend, but I'm never going near her romantically. I quietly packed my bags, the weight of betrayal and heartbreak nearly unbearable. The woman I had devoted 2 decades of my life to had systematically dismantled everything I believed in, the discovery of which left scars deeper than any physical wound. I had given her everything, but now it was time to reclaim my life. The papers were signed, the decision made. I would never be her Plan B or Z. I deserved more, and I would find it. She tried to reach me through countless messages and calls. Her voice was filled with desperation and regret, begging for forgiveness, pleading for me to come home. Her family joined in, urging me to reconsider, to remember the good times and the love we once shared. But their words fell on deaf ears. Each message, each call, was a reminder of the lies, the betrayals, and the heartache I had endured. One night, she showed up at my door, her eyes red from crying, her face a mask of sorrow. "Please," she whispered, "I need you. I made a mistake. I love you." I looked at her, the woman who had once been my everything, and felt nothing but a deep, aching emptiness. "You needed me when you were planning a future with someone else," I replied, my voice steady and cold. "I was never your plan, just an afterthought. You and your family need to understand that I will never be part of your life, ever again." She fell to her knees, sobbing, but I turned away. This was not the ending I had envisioned, but it was the one I needed. My charity had ended, but my journey had just begun.